For as far back as anyone can think, herbs have been used for the prevention and treatment of various ailments within the human body. They have also been used for the promotion of sound health just because they are loaded with so many benefits. Now, there are so many different herbs available that it is virtually impossible for any one person to be an expert on all the herbs that are available. It is also an added complication when a woman becomes pregnant because she has some strong limitations on what she should ingest. In today's video, I am going to be discussing 5 different herbs that moms may be able to take during pregnancy just to support a healthy outcome. I'm going to discuss some of the benefits that these herbs have in them, some of the potential uses, and some of the drawbacks or things that women should be careful about if they have them in their body. Make sure that before you take any herb or supplement that you are talking with a healthcare provider who knows your personal health history so that they can guide you appropriately and ensure that you have the most favorable outcome for yourself and for your baby. Now, without further ado, let us get right in with the first herb. The first herb we're going to talk about is called turmeric. Turmeric can be found as a fresh herb, or it can be found grounded up or even in a paste form. Turmeric contains omega-3 fatty acids. It contains vitamin C, amongst other vitamins. It contains some iron, potassium. It even has some fiber in it, which can help with your GI tract. Now, there are many benefits to taking a little bit of turmeric in your diet. For one, turmeric contains antioxidants which can stop free radicals or chemicals that can damage the cell. When you stop free radicals in the body, you quickly stop the progression or even the beginning of diseases within the human body. Turmeric also has the ability to help regulate blood insulin, so it can help your body to manage blood sugar levels and can greatly be beneficial to women with gestational diabetes. It can also lower bad cholesterol levels in the body to help you prevent any irregular heart diseases or any sort of like high blood pressure or any unfavorable condition with your heart and your blood vessels. As an herb with anti-inflammatory qualities, it can help to reduce acne, which a lot of pregnant women deal with acne. It can help to soothe eczema or even psoriasis, which can flare up during pregnancy. It can also help to soothe the GI tract. Now, I know a lot of pregnant women deal with nausea and vomiting, and you can even deal with inflammation of your GI because you eat foods that you were comfortable with before you got pregnant. So if you take a little turmeric, this is one way to navigate around that. It can also help to soothe joint pains, and I know a lot of pregnant women deal with sore joints during pregnancy because those hormones come and they relax those joints and they can easily become inflamed. Did you know that turmeric can also help with memory issues? Because it calms down inflammation, it helps you to retain or create new memories and can help your neurotransmitters communicate effectively within your brain. Now, as previously mentioned, there are some drawbacks if you take too much turmeric. It can lead to diarrhea or even cause constipation in some other people. It's also very bright in color. It's very bright yellow. So if you apply it to the skin, it can cause some discoloration. Now, if you have any gallbladder issues, it is very important that you avoid or talk to your doctor before using turmeric because the gallbladder tends to be stimulated by turmeric and that can cause some unfavorable outcomes. The next herb we're going to talk about is called oregano. Oregano can be found fresh, dried, or in the oil form. Oregano contains vitamin K, vitamin E. It has traces of calcium in it, and it contains a little bit of fiber. Now, just like turmeric, oregano does have antioxidant qualities, which means that it can prevent the onset of disease in the body. But along with its antioxidant property, oregano can also be antibacterial and antiviral, meaning that if there's infection already in the body, it can definitely help with the treating of those infections. Oregano can also fight or prevent inflammation in the body, which inflammation can lead to a slew of different things such as cellular damage and the onset of disease. So if you decrease inflammation, you increase favorable outcomes for both mom and baby. Now, it is very important to keep in mind that oregano does have the ability to lower blood sugar. If you deal with gestational diabetes or have any issues with controlling your blood sugar, you may want to talk to your provider before you put oregano on your menu. Oregano can also cause bleeding because it contains vitamin K. So if you have any blood clotting issues, you may want to stay away from this particular herb. It can also increase the risk of miscarriage if you consume it in extremely high quantities. Now, a lot of people eat oregano while they are pregnant with no issues at all. They put it on their pizza, they put it in their pasta, just so many different ways to enjoy it. As long as you are limiting the quantity, you can just sprinkle a few flakes of oregano on your food, and that should not lead to any adverse outcomes. It is when you begin to consume unreasonably high quantities of this herb that it can cause those unfavorable outcomes in a pregnant woman's body. The next herb is one that is known and used by women across the entire world. It is ginger. Ginger can be found in its fresh form as a root, or it can be found dried and powdered. It can also be found as an oil, and a lot of people can turn it into juices because that is easier for them to ingest. Some people can also drink it as ginger ale, but because of the added ingredients and the fact that it is carbonated, it's not something that I recommend for a lot of women, especially if you're dealing with gas, as that carbon can cause bloating and belching in a pregnant woman. Now, although it's not very rich in a lot of minerals and vitamins, ginger has a lot of great qualities that make it something that many pregnant women can benefit from. For one, it can aid digestion. It can also help to soothe nausea and vomiting. In the first trimester, and for many women, even into the second trimester, you deal with sensitivity to smells and you throw up a lot. You find it difficult to keep food down. By adding a little ginger to your food, you can help to suppress that stomach acid that comes churning up and can help you really begin to manage nausea and vomiting during your pregnancy. Ginger can also be very beneficial for the fighting of colds. Now, if you didn't know, pregnancy tends to cause a woman's immune system to become a little suppressed, so you become more prone to catching colds. When you take ginger in, you help to ward off colds from your body. Ginger is also an antioxidant, so it can prevent free radicals, as previously mentioned, and can slow down aging in a woman's body. And if there's something that can age a woman, it is definitely pregnancy, because your body goes through so many changes so quickly that it consumes a lot of resources that, your body just begins to break down under its own weight. Ginger also has anti-inflammatory qualities and can help to improve A1C in a woman with gestational diabetes because it helps to manage how the body uses sugar. Now, you want to be careful with how much ginger you take in, because ginger can backfire if consumed in high quantities. It can lead to gas, it can lead to bloating, it can even cause acid reflux, and a lot of people can deal with diarrhea if they eat too much of ginger. So make sure you take it in small quantities. The next herb we're going to talk about has been described as the king of herbs and is called basil. Basil can be found in the fresh form, it can be found dried, it can be found grounded, it can even be found in the oil form, or it can also be found as a pesto. Basil contains vitamin K, it contains calcium, it contains copper, vitamin A. It is a good source of calcium, iron, folate, and so many other wonderful things, including fatty acids, omega-3 fatty acids. For instance, it is antibacterial, it is anti-inflammatory, and it is anti-cancer. Research has shown that it not only kills the cancer cells, it prevents the spread of cancer to different parts of the body. Basil can also support proper heart functioning and can help to manage diabetes. Basil can also be taken to reduce stress levels. It can help to reduce fever for those who deal with high fevers because of diseases or infection in their body. And it can help to treat cough, which promotes healthy breathing and healthy lungs within a woman's body. Now, I can almost guarantee that everybody watching this did not know this, because I didn't know it before I researched it. But basil has also been shown to be an antidote for snake bites. So definitely something that somebody who goes camping, if you're pregnant, which is not something I recommend, can keep handy if the need arises. Now, it is very important to keep in mind that because basil does contain vitamin K, it can lead to blood clotting issues for those who have issues with their blood. So make sure you talk to your provider first. It can also lower your blood sugar. So if you have issues with low blood sugar already, you may want to watch how much, or even if you take in basil at all. If taken in high quantities, basil can cause contractions, and it can also lead to fertility issues in women who are trying to conceive. So you want to make sure that if you do eat basil, that you eat it in very small quantities. Now, last but certainly not least, we're going to talk about peppermint. Peppermint is very popular, and there are many different mints that fall under the umbrella of the mint family. Peppermint contains vitamin A, vitamin K, vitamin C. It has some iron in it. It has some calcium in it. It has been added to many different things like foods, candies, medicines. It can be found in soap. It can be found in toothpaste, mouthwash, so many different uses for peppermint, right? But peppermint has many benefits for a pregnant woman's body. For one, it can help to stop any indigestion that a pregnant woman is dealing with and can help to soothe an upset stomach. It can also help to eliminate nausea and vomiting. So if you have a really rough time with your first trimester or even your second trimester, you can try some peppermint to soothe that nausea and vomiting. If you are dealing with any inflammation in your joints, peppermint can be used for the soothing of tired, achy joints. It is also an antioxidant and has antibacterial qualities so that it can help to ward off any nasty germs that can cause any infection in the body. One way to use peppermint is just to chew on one of the leaves, because that antibacterial quality comes in to kill off any germs or any pathogens that can cause disease in the mouth. And because it is peppermint, it can also help to freshen the breath. Now, if you have any allergies or anything that come to bother you during pregnancy, you can try a little peppermint because it helps to soothe the allergens. It can also help with symptoms of the common cold. So if you're feeling congested, which a lot of pregnant women deal with congestion, it can help to break up the mucus so that when you cough, your cough is effective and you can expel it. Now, as with any other herb that has been mentioned in this video, you don't want to take in peppermint in high quantities. When taken in extremely high quantities or even used in medicinal amounts, peppermints can cause acid reflux or further complicate any GI issues that a pregnant woman may be dealing with. It can also be very damaging to delicate tissue around the body. Keep in mind that your body, no matter what you take in, it's affecting your baby. So you want to take it in moderate quantities so that you give your baby and yourself the best possible outcome. Now, if you have learned anything in the content of this video, be sure to give it a like. Make sure you share it with somebody who you believe can learn something from it. And if you want to come along with me, make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on your notification bell so that you are made aware of every time a new video is uploaded. I wish you a healthy, happy, and safe pregnancy. And until the next video, be blessed.